Okay, and that will wrap up the video for today. Spent another $200 on wood today, so we brought these walls up more. Probably another 2 feet over there, 2.5 feet. This is not the most cost-efficient style of building. The issue with this style of building is the type of wood being used. If you were going to do like a pole barn with metal sheeting, you use 1/3 of this wood. The problem being is after you're done putting your sheeting on the outside, you still have to reinforce the inside, because livestock, whether it be horses, cattle, even goats, they could be destructive. They could be very destructive, and if you just had a building with very minimal wood and then tin sheeting on the outside, like say the roof, like if the roof was the walls, the first time the cow kicks one of those, or the first time one of the longhorns horns go into one of those, the cow's gonna freak out and either damage more stuff or seriously hurt themselves. Same with a horse. A horse kicks one of those, puts his foot through a panel, moves it around, jerks it out, he could bleed out and kill himself, just based on the laceration to their foot and or leg. So it is serious. You got to take some of these projects seriously and not worry about the cost so much, because a properly built building for these animals will last you their lifetime or more. So that's the goal here. The goal here is not to build a building that's just good enough and have it, like I said, just be good enough for now and then have to be repaired down the line. That's why I went like so heavy duty when I built that. When people hear about an elevated playhouse that I built, they're like, oh yeah, I bought one of those at Sam's Club. That's not one of those kits that you buy at Sam's Club, those little tiny kits made with like little tiny thin boards an adult can't even climb into. That thing you could park a truck on. That thing will hold a dozen adults, and actually we had a dozen adults up there during our party. One, because they were looking at it, and two, everybody was playing on it. All the adults were just loving it. Something like that is by far over and above, like say one of those playground kits that you would get from like Sam's Club or Costco or something like that. This is built by hand, built with high quality wood, really good materials, overbuilt to the point where you could do almost anything on that platform, like we pretty much are doing. We're building like basically a clubhouse on top, with full-size decks that you can sit on, and that's how I like to do things. Same thing with this project. So it's going to be heavy, but it's also going to be heavy duty. The bottom and the top, all the framing, they're 2x8s, 2x6 for the walls, and then just keep stacking them up. Once I get them all the way up, I will I'll brace them so that they're all tied together. But other than that, these will serve the purpose of keeping this shed from irreparable damage from the livestock. Let's see, this is 20 feet long. I built it on skids so it could be moved. So these 6x6s on the bottom have like a slant to the front, and I built them so that I'll be able to grab onto them with maybe not my tractor, but a bigger tractor, and we can drag this thing to a new location when I move this temporary enclosure. But it's built to last. This will have a, like I said, it'll resemble this building I'm going to show you now. This will have like a 6-foot tack room. The back part of the tack room will be used to store hay. I'll be able to get 20 or 30 bales in there. Then there'll be like room up front for grain and ropes and leads. I'm also putting a door similar to this. I'm putting a door on the inside that will separate this wall from the animals, but that will allow you to give the animals hay from inside the tack room and not have to come out here. Because not that we don't love our animals, you still have to be safe around them. Longhorns especially, just turning their head to itch a fly They could poke you with their horns, and we don't want that, even by accident. I don't think she would do it on purpose. She doesn't seem like the mean type of cow. She's very nice so far. So far, she doesn't know what to think of us yet, but she's getting better. My wife is able to pet her, so she's got within arm's reach of her. She hasn't been able to pet the baby yet, but she's a good mom. She's being protective, but she'll allow my wife to like pet her, and that way she'll know that, you know, we're not trying to hurt her or her baby, and we'll just build that relationship from there, because they came from a place where they were treated like a number. So it's hard to break an animal, especially her. She's 6, so it's hard to break an animal that's been raised and been living for 6 years of her life in that manner. So there's time. They live a long time, and she's got a baby that is going to grow up here and love it. But the gotta get this shed done in the next 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, because the 2 Highlands are coming from Oklahoma. They're being delivered. I'm not going to get them like I did the Longhorns, because the Longhorns came from Virginia, so it was a 4-hour ride down, 5-hour ride back. But other than that, guys, this is the video for today. Probably the next time I come back to this shed build, I'll have these outside walls all the way done, and I'll be working on the tack room and hay storage. But until next time, guys, this is Josh from 570. Leave some likes for the cows. Let me know that you like this kind of stuff, and you want to see more of these guys, especially as that little one grows up.